All right, so I want to show how to set up the system. So there is this mode, basically it's an argument live video that we can use. And when we execute with this argument, it shows a live view window. And there's a few features in there. So okay, so basically what we need to do is we need to tell the gimbal what the, how which what area to scan, and we need to tell those angles in elevation and azimuth. Um, and right now those are in the the frame of reference of the gimbal itself. So we need to specify in those terms. So what I will do is I will move the gimbal to one side, and well, let's say this is this is as far as I want to go in this direction, in the right direction, and I press I, and that captures the angles from the gimbal in the top right. So this is about 40 degrees on the right, and then I go all the way to the other end. So about here, this is the extent of my view angles here, and this is about 60 degrees in yaw. So we can uh, tell in the settings we can say, okay, go from -60 to +35 degrees. And the same thing we can do in the elevation axis as well. Um, so anytime we press the I, it will basically capture the yaw and pitch angles from the gimbal, and that's how we can reference the real world objects into in the angles terms. And the same thing can also be used to define a restricted area, for example. So for example, let's say if there is this island in front, and I want to define that as a restricted area, and then I can take some points, wherever the cross is pointing, I can get the angles of those points, and then it's a polygon, so it can be as many points at least, but at the least it has to be 3 points. And then I can capture all these, note down all these angles displayed on the top right, and those I can use in my application in the settings, and that I can define that as a restricted area. Another feature is I can also use the same to, for example, which helps to do that as well. And you can turn that on or off by pressing P. So that's how to set up the system in the beginning. And we can press escape, and it exits.